So guys, when you come in, we were obviously in different surroundings than we were when the first time we actually spoke down the alleyway.
We're indoors.
We are indoors. We are indoors. We're high up. But it's felt like.
I ordered pizza.
Pizza. Pepperoni or just plain cheese?
Just
Extra cheese.
Yeah.
But to us, it's felt like a really quick period of time. Like, oh, that was 2010. Now we're 14. It's 5 South Bys ago, and it's like, how's that felt like to you? Has it gone by like fast, or is it you're on the road a lot? You're recording the cycle. Is that being not quick enough to get where you are right now?
Well, for us, it's our 3rd South by, so I guess the times are like twice as long.
Right.
So if it is a cycle, it kind of goes longer for probably most bands, if they do come back regularly. So yeah, it probably feels like 3 years ago rather than any longer.
Right.
And it changes every time. The festival's changed in that time, and of course, I mean we've changed and got 3 records now, and it becomes more of a pleasure to come back. I think when you've experienced it. I mean, it's really exciting the first time.
Yeah.
But and the second time you have to prove yourself again. And I think if you come back more than twice, it's more a case of showcasing what you're doing next, rather than down in the dirt fighting with everybody else.
Right.
Which is what was brilliant about when we first came here. It was like it was just madness.
Yeah.
But,
you mentioned change. That's kind of somewhat of a theme here that I have. Is like what sort of change do you recognise, or what would you communicate is change in you guys?
I guess for us it's quite personal. We made, we've made, when we made our first record, that was represented the band, and then ever since we've just tried to improve on that. That was our standard then, and that's our goal, and that's our the bar we set for ourselves, and it's just a personal thing to better that every time, and to live up to us, to live up to our own expectations.
Yeah.
And then that's how we write songs. That's the rule. If it's not good enough for us, then
right,
we'll just throw it away.
So where do you want to go? Where do you want to take everything?
Right now, we just want to play our new record live, and we want to share it with everybody. It's been a while since we finished the record, and it's been not frustrating, but we've been itching to get on the road, and it's like a kind of sharing. The element that's missing for us is that audience, not only being at a show but having the record at home as well. We've been very selfish.
Yourselves having it at home?
No, just owning the record, hopefully, or listening to the record at least.
Right.
And then coming to the show. That's the bit that we haven't done yet. And it feels kind of selfish just having 3 copies of a record, and just sitting there going, well, it's great, we finished the work, but there's something missing, and it is that interaction.
Yeah, believe me, dying to get my hands on it. I've heard 6 songs so far that you've either teased, released, or actually have videos for. There's two that you have videos for, and then there was a bunch that you played in addition to that in Germany, I think, towards the end of last year. So I count 6. How have they been received? How do you feel the reception is to those songs?
Well, we're really pleased so far. We started playing the songs live last year, and with some support tours we did Chili Peppers, and we did a tour with Queens at Stone Age as well.
Right.
And we thought if this new songs can survive in that environment, then we're onto we're onto something. So we gave them almost a baptism of fire, and then they evolved. Then it's the copyright police. So they've
is it the pizza?
It's pizza. And that sort of evolved, and we were touring, and the band's sound was evolving, and we were really kind of well informed when we went to the studio of what we wanted. We kind of, it was at that time quite a public shakedown test. But it was good for the record, I think.
Were there any songs that you played that, as a result of perhaps live reception you didn't include in the record? Is there anything like that to the process of putting the album together?
Not songs, maybe like arrangements or parts, or just ways of doing it, but not songs. I think the songs were kind of making themselves known to us that they were going to be on the record. Really,
right.
We had little choice of what songs were going to. They were becoming our responsibility rather than just to do them well.
Uh-huh.
So it's just the arrangements and how we perform them.
So how tough is that? You're obviously making it harder on yourselves because you're striving, to become, have a better product. How hard is it to finalize your song choice for this new album? Was it harder than the previous albums, or were you like debating a long time as a group what goes on the album, what doesn't quite make it?
We changed the process of how we wrote and recorded the record this time. So for the last two, we've always gone into sort of isolation. We've gone out into the countryside somewhere and locked ourselves away and lived there and come up with stuff that way. This time we went into London and used rehearsal space there, which was great because you could go in and you could spend the day, working on stuff, and then you could leave at the end of the day, and there was a certain objectivity you could have with that. So you could be on the train back home every night listening to what you've done and, taking it out of that particular place, which we'd never been able to do before. And then we recorded it in London too, which again was something new to us. So it helped a lot, I think. It really helped with the writing process.
Did that have anything to do with Nick and where he's based? Or was it just you decided you wanted to do something different?
No, yeah, it was us. Yeah. We always we never try and go back on ourselves. So we never try and go back to a studio we've used or a rehearsal space we've used. We've always tried to keep moving forward and making, because we're always moving forward, so we kind of feel like the situations we put ourselves in should move forward too. So, so no, it didn't really have a lot to do with Nick, but we did drag him over from Los Angeles to London.
Oh, he's LA based.
Yes, he's LA based. Yeah. So we brought him to London, which we thought was a nice dynamic to have. Someone that lives out in LA and has that, that sort of LA vibe, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you said
to bring that to London, which is a great contrast, I think. We've always sort of either recorded in England and mixed in LA, and it's nice to have the balance of the two sides of the Atlantic.